So Randonneuring is a sport which is basically long distance endurance cycling. The Randonneuring is basically self-supported ride. You know, you're not allowed any kind of extra help from outside other than what you yourself can get. So I mean, no backup car following you. I mean, no physiotherapy on the road, by some service behind you. If anything goes wrong with you or your bike, you got to do it yourself, right? But what only you're permitted is to buy food and water on the roadside as you ride, right? And in a year, in a series, you have to do at least 4 rides, which is of each of 200, 300, 400 and 600 kilometers for yourself to become a super randonneur, right? And I've been doing it for the last 3 years and I've done it thrice, so now I'm a triple super randonneur, right? And I'm sure I'm going to do more of them, right? Every 4 years, we also have something called the PBP, which is the Paris-Brest-Paris, which is the Mecca for all long-distance endurance cyclists, right? And 2015 is a PBP year, and I plan to go there and also do that ride. That will be a 1200 kilometer ride, which has to be done in the span of about 90 hours. It's a lot of effort that takes to do these rides. They're not easy. I mean, it sounds easy, you know, just pick up a cycle and go for these distances, but actually it's not easy. It takes a lot of, endurance spirit. What have I got from endurance rides? Obviously, you see a very different world when you're on the cycle, right? It's when you drive a car on the same highway, you're going at maybe 80 kilometers an hour, 100 kilometers an hour, and you don't see what you see when you're doing 30 kilometers an hour or 20 kilometers an hour, right? And a cyclist can judge every bump on the road. A cyclist can judge every incline or decline, because suddenly the pedals feel very different if you're going up or coming down on the road, right? It gives you a lot of time to think, you know, when you're all by yourself riding on the highway, right? Maybe you've got a teammate with you, but you're not talking because, you know, he's ahead of you or slightly behind you and you're cycling together, right? It gives you a lot of your own time. It gives you a lot of time to think about, you know, a lot of things about life. You know, suddenly you put lots of things in perspective, you know. I mean, you can imagine at 3 in the morning, you're cycling alone on the highway, right? You've done about 300 kilometers, you've got another 300 kilometers to go, right? And at that time, you think about a lot of things which normally you would not, right, in your normal day-to-day course of life.
Yeah, this is my first brevet, never done over 50 ever in my life. So targeting 116 this time. And night riding, again, first time, never done it before. Legs are giving way, the thighs are totally jammed now. I don't know how I'm going to make it back, but let's hope I do it. I have my driver standby sitting at India Gate waiting. If I can't make it, he'll come pick me up.
We are at the Greater Noida time point, and I'm marshalling with my 2 friends the brevet which is happening tonight. It's a Khao Pio night brevet. So there are somewhere around 44 riders, out of which 14 have already passed the control point. And our duty on this control point is to just note down their time and stamp their time cards.
First time I've come to Delhi, and what strikes me of Delhi is that everyone seems to be doing cycling or running or something or the other, and Delhi affords fantastic roads, so we thought might as well take this up, because by now both my knees, thanks to basketball and sailing, have been finished, so it's a good knee exercise. So I took up cycling.
everyone has cycled at some stage in his life, especially till the present generation who are in their 20s, 30s, because they were born in India at a time when cycles were a mainstay to move, and every house had 1 or 2 or 3 of them. So they are parents today, some are grandparents today, and some are just there, in their 30s. So they have all grown with cycles. So cycles is not something which is new to India. Everyone in life requires some achievement to give them a high. Couple of years back, not couple, maybe a decade and a half back, Japanese came up with a game called Sudoku. And just about everyone used to be doing Sudoku. Whomever I could see, they was doing Sudoku. Finally, the Sudoku came up on the palm, So during earlier time, we used to have palm tops. So everyone was busy trying to do. So I read a book called Psychology of Sudoku. So why are the people wanting to do 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star, insane? And why are they wanting to do it? They are simply trying to achieve something which day-to-day life may not provide them on a platter. So everyone wants to start the day with a high. And I've found so many good corporate guys starting their day with a Sudoku. So I used to wonder why. And the wonder was nothing to wonder, it was simply that they wanted to do that objective, clear with it, and at least have 1 tick in their to-do list done. So similarly, cycling gives you that little high, when you do something, especially when you do, I don't want to use the word insane, but I would like to use the word insane, number of kilometers by burning rubber on the roads. Anything above 200 is long distance. But in 200 in a city like Delhi, Bombay, any of the metros, 200 you get nowhere, because 100 is going and 100 is coming. So you're actually doing 100 only, and you add the twists and turns, so you actually, as the crow flies, you're doing maybe 60, 80, which is not good enough, because that's the girth of the city you're living in. The moment, the aim is to get out of this girth of the city, because it's not a good experience to ride within that girth, because you keep reading about pollution levels and this level and that level, and you're not getting the true flavor of the state you are in, the city you are in.